Hey everyone, hope you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis update of commodities. We'll work our way through the dollar yields, precious metals, and commodities ETFs that I follow. I'll interject my financial opinions as we go through it together. If you need help with anything, check out finding-value.com. That's where I dive deeper into all of these topics, subjects, looking for potential investment opportunities, sharing those opportunities with everyone in the community. There's actually a lot of good opportunities right now from a valuation standpoint and even from a technical standpoint that are showing up these past few, I'd say from December 2024 even till today, showing up across the board in commodities. So now's a pretty good time to be looking at this stuff, in my opinion. We do have a coupon code that is active. Special is the coupon code. You type in special for that coupon code. You get a 50% discount on the monthly membership for the first month only. And then you get a larger discount on the yearly membership. If anyone wants to switch from a monthly to a yearly or sign up directly to the yearly, you get a larger discount. Let's dive in, take a look, see what's going on. We've got a stronger dollar today, slightly up 0.2%. It still looks like to me that the momentum is to the downside if you look at it from a bigger picture, longer view. So what this looks like on the weekly candlesticks is it's an inverted flag pattern where we could dive lower. But in the short term, we did see some strength today where we were up 0.2%. The 2-year yield is holding on right at support. We gapped down in the morning and we came back up throughout the day. And we ended up the day down 0.43%. Could very well fall out of this and come to that square deal that I've got going on that I put in there somewhere in this range, and you can move it down a little bit, maybe there, that we could potentially get to. That is, it's still a market where we're going to see higher highs and higher lows, and we are putting in that higher low. So the low was here, and then we could pop out, break out of the downtrend, and then come back to some area down there. I don't know the exact spot. So that's why I've got that big box there. And that would be a potential slowdown in the market. Maybe it gets there, maybe it doesn't. I don't know where the bottom will be, but that's where my guess would be. The 10-year yield down 0.7%. We gapped down in the morning. It did come back up throughout the day. We are right at support of this guy here. We're kind of right at that support level going across. Could this break lower? I know Besant and Powell are probably trying to hit this thing to the downside. We'll see. Maybe they're successful and they get it down to this level down here at 3.5%. This could be a shoulder, head, shoulder that develops, and then we drop back down to that general area. And that would probably be roughly the projected move of that, if that were to occur. And I'm not stating that it will happen. I'm just stating what a potential outcome could be. That is not my necessarily the case that will ultimately bear fruit here. 30-year yields are down 0.9%. Again, they gapped it down in the morning and it's right on support. Still a bullish formation or a move higher until we start to bust through a lot of these support areas. This is all bullish to go higher, in my opinion, looking before this. Downward facing pattern, 3-hump consolidation with a breakout. That's all bullish. So right now, it's still bullish for higher yields. TYX, TNX ratio, we are coming on up. We're trying to break out of this, at least the way that I have it drawn here, to the upside. If that breaks on this particular ratio, gold generally does very well. It's a big tailwind behind gold. And that's kind of what we're seeing is a potential breakout here where, I hate to say it, gold could keep going. And I'm not A lot of people talk about relative strength indicators, MACDs. This is getting overbought. It's too strong. Phooey, guys. It's all phooey. I don't even look at that stuff. It doesn't even enter my radar. The big picture view is when this goes up, it's a tailwind behind gold, and the RSI could stay overbought for a very long time, or in very strong areas. It'll be a very strong move. Would I? I won't dive too deep into that, but let's just say when this goes, it's a big tailwind behind gold. We've got TLT bond prices up 0.94%. We're back up against this resistance area. We'll see if we can punch through or if we roll over. We've got the 2 and the 10-year, the yield curve inverted a little bit today, 0.26%. And we are still in this falling wedge, perhaps. Maybe we break out of it to the upside. We haven't broken out of the pattern yet, but we're at the tip of it, and we're going to make a decision probably pretty soon. Gold's up massively today, $43 an ounce. There is the potential for gold to go up in $100 increments. I mean, the potential is there. But right now, it looks good. It's strong. We do have a little gap here. Some people say, well, all gaps get filled. Not necessarily. There's a gap here too, and that didn't fill anytime recent. So I'm not in the camp that all gaps get filled. I would say a lot of the gaps get filled, but I'm not in that camp. Doesn't mean that this gap won't get filled, but I don't subscribe to that. When the conditions are right, I just stay long, and if the gap gets filled, okay, it's fine. But right now, lots of strength, very strong candlestick that is laid down here. Silver down 0.13%. I still think this looks fantastic. Not much selling pressure here. The momentum is still to the upside. Everything looks good to continue higher. We've got platinum up pretty big today, 3.5% move in platinum. We are underneath resistance. We are still trying to break out of this thing. We are getting close. We are getting closer and closer until, and whenever we break out, great, fully loaded in it. Let's do this. When platinum breaks out, I think what that's telling us is that we have a different market condition that we are entering. The money that's been printed, the M2 money supply, if you go look at the M2 money supply, it's going up. It's entering the system. You're going to see platinum and crude oil go like this. That is when platinum will outperform gold. And gold could be going up substantially, and platinum's going up substantially more. So this is one to watch. I'm watching for this potential breakout. If the platinum to gold ratio starts to turn upward where platinum's outperforming gold, we've entered the market condition where we could see an outperformance of, say, oil and platinum and other commodities. Palladium also up 1.8% today. Pretty strong candlestick. Nice big bullish engulfing. All greens in here. Looks good to go higher. Looks good to go higher. We've got GDX up a little bit, 0.88%. Where GDXJ is up a teeny bit, and then SILJ is down 0.8%. Silver wasn't up today. Gold was. A lot of people are disappointed in the performance of the miners with gold up so much. But you have to keep in mind the overall markets sold off pretty hard in the beginning of the day. So equities are still part of equities. And sometimes the overall markets will have an impact on how much GDX, GDXJ, and some of these miners go up when the overall markets sell off pretty rapidly in the morning. They did bounce back. So, keep that in mind that the overall markets do have an impact on equities as well. But everything looks good here. Everything is A-OK, and we look fantastic for big moves up. XAU to gold ratio, we are down 1%, stating that gold was outperforming the mining companies today. But again, this is from a low spot. Lots of upside potential for gold and silver mining companies to outperform gold. Crude oil is up about 3% today. Someone said, well, we're breaking out of this downtrend right now. Yeah, very well could be. What I would like to see is I'd like to see us get above that area there. We're right at it. We want to get above that, close above that, and get some momentum getting generated. So this is kind of a lot of resistance through here. We're right at that resistance level. I'd really like to see it break through here. TTF gas down slightly, down 0.72%. This still looks bullish to me, and your reversal candlestick was here, and these are all downward-facing small selling pressure candlesticks, which can resolve upward. No reversal candlesticks to go down yet. Natural gas in America up 1.7%. Looks like we're breaking through that downtrend there. Looks good. Looks all right. Not a strong candlestick today, but it's trying. It's trying to move on up. Boy, XOP, yeah, you know me, putting in a bullish engulfing today. That's usually good for a move higher. We back out a little bit. I still think that this is a shoulder, head, shoulder. Game on if we can start breaking on up and if crude oil can start moving. And we could see a big move out of the oil and gas space. We've got OIH, which is the Energy Service ETF. We are up today, 0.27. We do have a kind of a bottoming candlestick here. It gapped down in the morning. There's your opening price. And it came up throughout the day. And it's pretty much right at the 50th percentile of the candlestick before it. We call that a bullish piercing candlestick, which could be a reversal candlestick to move higher. Newcastle coal futures continuing up a little bit, 0.5% roughly. Is this a double bottom? It could be. I like it, and I would be a buyer down here, is what I would do. Sprott Physical Uranium Trust up 2.45%. This is a bullish engulfing. This is a bullish setup. We've got big buying pressure, small selling pressure, with a big bullish engulfing. That looks good to go higher. It looks very good, in fact. I would be a buyer here. UX1, this is our uranium futures pricing. It looks like it's trying to find a bottom right where we're at. We'll see if it can find one. We've got URA down 1%, and that's pushed a little bit down right below here. URAINUM up 0.03%. Nice little candlestick we're getting here. And then URNJ is up 1.13. Now, what would I do? I would have purchased here today. That's where I would have entered. Are we at a bottom? Probably. No one knows for sure until you get follow through. But if you're aggressive, what I do is I look back, and you can see that this is a good spot here, and we've got another good spot right where that is located. So what I do, and it's not a recommendation to anyone, but this is where I would enter. I would have entered it at 14 flat. If you would have known roughly what I would have done, I would have put a limit order at 14-ish flat, which is right, would have been right here. Well, I probably would have gone in at 14.15. That's probably where I would have gone. And then we'll see what kind of follow through we get here. Copper down 1.6%. But again, guys, this is off after a huge move up. It looks fine. Everything's good. We could get a consolidation here sideways. Completely legit. But I would stay long in copper. It looks good. COPX down 2.35%. Getting sold off with the rest of the market. This is probably a pretty good opportunity to be looking at COPX. It's down right now. We've got iron ore up 0.2%. And again, I think this looks good for a potential move higher at any point. We know that there's stimulus going over in China. This is iron ore. I think that this is going to work its way on up at some point whenever it decides to go. It looks like a great setup. Aluminum down 0.5%, getting a little bit more weakness here. So maybe we're diverting around here. I'd still be bullish on aluminum. I think it's still coming, but we are pulling on back, and we could see a further pullback. It's possible. Nickel continuing higher, up 0.7%, and I think we'll eventually work our way on up for nickel. Looks like a double bottom to me. We've got Mu up 0.3%, and I still think these are all bullish because of the setups that we've got here. Breakout, retest, and a falling wedge, and we've got small selling pressure inside of a green candlestick that generally works its way on up. It just takes time. Emerging markets is down slightly at a little bit of a stronger dollar, but it's still holding on, still looks okay. KRE up 0.8%. This was coming on back. That's a bearish setup, but I'm going to eliminate this because this is a bullish piercing candlestick today where we go higher potentially. That's what this candlestick is, a gap down and above the 50th percentile of the candlestick before it. Just think of it as a downtrend line break. Think of it that way. TAN down 1.77. Nice little hammer candlestick. We'll see if we can get a reversal here. Lithium down 1.45. I think this is a good opportunity here. I like lithium right here. I like it a lot. Downtrend line, big surge higher, small candlesticks, big bullish engulfing, small candlesticks. Sometimes it can drift like this. If the overall market starts to sell off, it could get dragged around with it. But I think that this is eventually going to work its way on up. It looks good. Not a ton of selling pressure. REMX down 3.3% today. We're back doing basically a return move of the breakout. I think this is an excellent entry point here. Right there, right then. I like it. Like it a lot. We are above a lot of trend lines. Trend line here. We've got like this double bottom going on, and we've got a trend line that we're sitting on top of support. So I think tomorrow I would look for strength, and I would buy into strength is what I would do. Baltic Dry Index down slightly, but we did come off this bottom. Small selling pressure still looks good to go on up, but we're underneath resistance, the average price that's gone all the way back to the 1980s. XHB up a little bit, 0.8%, getting support on this trend line here. We'll see if it holds. I think this is highly dependent on what interest rates do here in the short term. Russell down 0.5%, some pretty strong selling pressure in the AM. So there's the gap down. And then we came back up throughout the day. So the momentum is heading higher throughout the day. That's what we got this green reversal candlestick kind of. It's not a completely reversal candlestick, but it could be. And we'll have to see what kind of follow through we get. Still in a bearish downtrend. S&P 500 also putting in it could be a bullish reversal candlestick here for a bounce higher. We have to see what the follow through looks like. I'm not stating that we're going to enter a new uptrend. We could bounce and then roll over again. We're underneath resistance. So that's probably the likely outcome, and we'll see. NASDAQ doing the same thing. We had a nice little bounce throughout the day, but the momentum is still to the downside, unfortunately. So we could come up and do a kind of like a return move underneath it and then roll over again. That's the possibility that I'm looking at. SMCI down slightly, downtrend still intact. NVIDIA down slightly too, and still doesn't look that great. Yeah, it came up with some momentum. It was down 1.18% today, but again, I think this is just going to be a weak bounce to move lower. BTC up 0.2%, and again, this is an inverted flag pattern to go lower, potentially. And then we've got Ethereum up 1.5%, but again, the momentum's to the downside. We've broken this pattern downward. This is probably an inverted flag pattern that'll eventually work its way lower, is my guess. And then MicroStrategy's down 0.4%. We're back within the pattern. And then VIX is up a little bit, 2.82%. We're above that resistance again. This could do a little run to the upside, signaling that we see further downside pressure in the markets. And then, yeah, the unemployment rate, we're not going to go through that every day. But that's what I've got for today, guys. Give me a thumb up for the content. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the website if you'd like. Special is the coupon code. We just did a Q&A session on Saturday. Lots of good information in that one. It's up on the website. You can view it on there, and you can see all the other Q&A sessions going back that we've done to the beginning of when the website was created in 2022. But that's all I've got for today, guys. Just as a reminder, a lot of things are starting to outperform the S&P 500 and NASDAQ. Oil, platinum could here at some point if we get a large enough breakout here. We're seeing gold obviously outperform a lot of stuff. And that is signals of the beginning of the bull market. Does that mean we will go straight up? No, because we could also be impacted by the initial selling stages of the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq. So we could go up in these weird stair-step patterns with lots of volatility in the beginning. Generally, when you look at if we do get a large pullback, if we do, and I don't know if we will, but the largest selling pressure usually comes in the beginning of the move. The kind of that first couple legs lower are the largest, strongest moves because the greatest imbalances exist today in terms of valuation. So the strongest selling pressure is kind of those first moves. And that can impact commodities and the equities of the commodity equities in these kind of sell everything events. So I'm riding through it. I'm not going to try to time this. I'm going to ride through it. Some people will say, well, that's stupid. Why would you ride through it? Well, um, what if oil goes up? I mean, it's kind of like, well, what if oil really takes off here and platinum takes off and the precious metals companies go and the oil companies and stuff. But there is the possibility that they do get negatively impacted in the short term here from the overall markets. But that's what I've got for today. We'll catch you guys later. This is Finding Value.